You don't have to say a word. They already know. The moment you enter the room, before your mouth opens, before your eyes meet theirs, something is already being communicated. And it's louder than anything you could ever say. It's your energy. It's what walks in before your voice, what lingers after your silence. And no matter how carefully you craft your words, your energy will always speak first, and speak louder. People don't just hear you, they feel you. They feel your hesitation, your doubt, your overcompensation, your unspoken need to be accepted. And no matter how hard you try to hide behind confidence or smiles or polished words, they can still feel the undercurrent of everything you're not saying. That's why energy never lies, because it bypasses logic. It doesn't wait for your explanation. It picks up on presence, or the lack of it. Think about it. You've met people who walked in and lit up the space without saying anything. Their calm made you feel safe. Their presence felt grounded, magnetic. And then you've met others, dressed right, smiling bright, saying all the right things. And yet, something felt off. Because they were speaking one thing, but radiating another. That's the silent tension we all feel but rarely talk about. Your energy is your truth, and truth has a weight. It's not always loud, but it's always felt. It can't be faked. It can't be filtered. You can't Photoshop your energy. You can't rehearse it. You either carry peace or you carry chaos. You either bring calm or you bring confusion. And people won't always be able to name what they're feeling around you, but they'll remember how you made them feel. That's energy in motion. That's what sticks when the words are gone. And here's the part no one tells you. People react to your energy long before they process your value. They decide whether to trust you, open up to you, respect you, not based on your resume or your clever words, but based on what their nervous system feels around you. Safe or strained, grounded or guarded? We're all walking antennas, picking up signals, constantly scanning the energy of every interaction, every room. And if your energy doesn't align with your words, they may smile politely, but deep down, they won't trust you. This is why self-awareness matters more than self-presentation. You don't need to look like you've got it together. You need to feel like you're aligned. You need to walk into a room not with the need to impress, but with the calm of someone who knows they have nothing to prove. That's when your energy shifts. That's when people start listening, not just because of what you're saying, but because they feel the place you're speaking from. And let me tell you, when your energy is right, you don't chase connection, you attract it. You don't beg for respect, it's given. You don't have to overexplain, overprove, overperform. Your presence does the talking for you. That's what happens when who you are on the inside finally matches how you show up on the outside. Alignment, clarity, power, without pressure. Because at the end of the day, people may forget your words, but they'll never forget your vibe. You don't need a microphone to make noise. You don't need a spotlight to be seen. You don't need to speak to be heard. Because the truth is, your vibe is always speaking for you. It speaks in your posture, in your stillness, in your restlessness, in how you carry yourself when nobody's watching, in how you walk into a room, not seeking permission, not demanding attention, just being. That's the message people pick up on before you even open your mouth. Your vibe tells people if you're insecure or self-aware, if you're desperate or detached, if you're at peace or pretending to be. You don't have to announce it. It shows, and most people can't explain why they trust you or why they don't, why they feel safe around you or why they keep their guard up. But they know, they feel it instantly because energy moves faster than logic. Vibe skips words and goes straight to the nervous system. Have you ever walked away from someone and felt emotionally drained, even though the conversation was polite? Or met someone for the first time and immediately felt calm in their presence, before even knowing their name? That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That's energy. And it doesn't lie. Because while words can be rehearsed, energy is always honest. The problem is, many people spend years trying to master the external, the tone, the phrasing, the delivery, but completely ignore what's powering the message. They try to sound confident without addressing the insecurity that's quietly screaming underneath. They smile while their soul aches. They speak from fear, but dress it up as charm. And the world can tell. Maybe not in words, but in vibe. This is why alignment is more powerful than articulation. Because when your inner world is settled, your outer presence becomes undeniable. You don't need to force charisma. You become magnetic by default. You don't need to convince anyone of your value. They feel it in how grounded you are, how little you need from them, how much peace you carry. That peace, that's the message. That's the vibe. So, here's the truth. Every room you enter, you're already communicating something long before you speak, long after you leave. Your energy stays. It either inspires or it depletes. It either brings clarity or it creates confusion. And the best thing you can do is become so honest with yourself, so connected to your own truth, that you stop sending mixed signals into the world. Let your vibe do the work. Let your presence speak volumes. Because when your energy is right, people listen to you without needing a reason why. You can fake a smile. You can fake confidence. You can fake charm, warmth, even eye contact. But you can't fake energy. Because energy isn't just what you show. It's what you carry. It's not about the tone in your voice. It's about the truth behind it. It's not about posture or appearance. It's about presence. And presence is earned through healing, through honesty, through the courage to face what's underneath the performance. So many people walk through life exhausted, not from doing too much, but from pretending too much, from hiding the hurt, from suppressing the rage, from covering the self-doubt with layers of fake strength. But no matter how polished you look, energy doesn't play along. It pulls from the root. It exposes what's real. You can fool a room, but you can't fool a vibe. Because people don't remember perfect. They remember real. They remember how you made them feel. And that feeling isn't coming from your words. It's coming from your wound or your healing. That's the hard truth most avoid. Unhealed people carry tension, and that tension leaks into their energy. You can feel it when they speak. There's an edge, a tightness, a subtle panic. Like they're performing to prove something, like they're hoping you'll validate a version of them they don't even believe in. But healed people, they move differently. They don't seek attention. They command it, not with force, but with calm, not with noise, but with depth. Their energy says, I've done the work. I've sat with my pain. I've faced the mirror. I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to be. And when you reach that place, when your energy is clean, when your presence is full, when your nervous system is no longer hijacked by fear, people feel it. They listen more. They lean in. They respect the silence between your words because they know it's coming from a grounded soul. That's what makes someone unforgettable. That's what shifts the entire room without saying anything dramatic. The healed version of you doesn't need to prove a thing. But let's be clear, healing isn't glamorous. It's not about yoga poses and motivational quotes. It's about crying alone, confronting your ego, admitting your patterns, letting go of the image you've been clinging to, and sitting in the discomfort of not knowing who you are without it. It's brutal, but it's necessary, because as long as you're performing for approval, your energy will be fractured, and people will feel that, even if they don't know why. So instead of asking, how can I make people feel me more? Ask, what am I still carrying that clouds my energy? Instead of obsessing over how you're perceived, focus on how you feel when you walk into a room. Are you whole or hiding? Are you grounded or guarded? Your energy is the answer, and it never lies. You think you're choosing your circle, but truthfully, your energy is doing that job for you. Long before the words, the plans, the handshakes, or the promises, your energy is already having conversations behind the scenes. It's either attracting the right people or silently repelling them. It's either calling in alignment or inviting chaos. The room may not know your story, but they feel your signal. And that signal draws in who matches it. This is why you don't need to chase connection. You need to check your frequency, because what you carry internally is shaping your external world more than you realize. If you're carrying desperation, you'll attract users. If you're carrying insecurity, you'll attract manipulators. If you're carrying peace, you'll attract maturity. If you're carrying truth, you'll attract depth. People don't come to you because of what you say. They come because something in you matches something in them. And that's the beauty and the danger of energy. It mirrors you. If you're not healed, you'll keep drawing mirrors of your wounds. People who reflect your pain back to you. Relationships that highlight your fears. Opportunities that test your boundaries or reveal that you don't have any. But once your energy shifts, your entire world begins to realign. The wrong people fall away, and it's not even personal. It's just vibrational. You stop matching, and suddenly, silence becomes your clarity. The irony? When your energy rises, some people will say, "You changed." No, you just stopped resonating with their dysfunction. You stopped playing small. You stopped bending to be understood. You stopped dimming your light to make others comfortable in the dark. That's not arrogance. That's energetic integrity. And the ones meant for you will feel the shift and rise with you, not resent it. So pay attention to who stays silent when you evolve, who gets distant when you start healing, who feels uncomfortable when you stop people-pleasing. Those reactions aren't random. They're reflections of your new energy threatening their old comfort. And that's okay. Not everyone is meant to walk with you once you grow. Let your frequency filter your circle. Let your vibe speak louder than explanations. Because when your energy is clean, when your presence is peaceful, when your truth is no longer up for negotiation, the people meant for you will feel you before they even know you. They'll be drawn to you not because you're trying, but because you're aligned. In a world obsessed with talking, your silence can be revolutionary. In a world obsessed with performing, your presence can be disruptive. Because true presence, the kind that turns heads, commands respect, and makes people lean in, isn't about volume. It's about alignment. It's not about having the right words. It's about being the right energy. Your presence tells the room everything it needs to know. It says, I'm here, and I don't need to be anything but myself. It radiates calm when others panic. It holds stillness when others scramble. It doesn't try to dominate, but somehow it anchors the space. Because true presence doesn't compete. It simply is, and people feel that. Deeply, instinctively, without explanation. That's the kind of energy you can't fake. The kind that doesn't require credentials or applause or spotlight. The kind that doesn't scream, but still gets heard. When you walk in with presence, people sense the difference. They feel the groundedness. They trust you faster, not because you said the right thing, but because they feel safe around you. And that kind of trust isn't bought. It's earned through authenticity, through congruence, through doing the inner work no one else sees. Your presence becomes powerful when it's no longer tied to performance. When you stop trying to be impressive and start being intentional. When you stop controlling how people see you and start standing firm in who you are. That's when your energy becomes undeniable. That's when people pause and wonder, who is that? Not because of your looks, not because of your words, but because something in your being speaks louder than all of it. Let that be your focus, not how loud you speak, but how clearly you radiate, not how many listen, but how deeply they feel you, not how big your presence appears, but how real it is. Because in the end, the most unforgettable people are not the ones who said the most. They're the ones who made you feel something long after they left the room. That's the power of energy. It's invisible, but undeniable. It's silent, but unforgettable. It doesn't ask to be seen. It simply can't be ignored.